Hi, Lisa.
Hi, Alex. Hi, everyone, and
Hello,
welcome
everyone.
back to the Be Sober podcast, season 12.
Yeah.
If you're still here, one, how did you know we were even going to be here?
Yeah, because we told you it was our last episode. The last one you listened to was our last episode ever of the Be Sober podcast. Ever.
Ever. So we went through a little bit of an identity crisis. That's
But
all.
we're all right now because as
Yeah,
part of this season, we've had our human designs done.
yeah, we have, and you'll hear about that in future episodes. We've been carnivores.
We've explored our identity. We've decided that we are who we thought we were. So we're
Yeah.
back.
So, welcome back. I'm Lisa.
And I'm Alex. And you are not hallucinating. Oh, yeah, we've been on a bit of a journey, haven't we, with the podcast? So we were going to rebrand it and we were going to come back as Be Real. And
Yeah.
then
I feel really silly saying that.
well, I'll tell you what happened, right? This is going to sound so arrogant, but it's the truth. Um, so we kind of said it was the last ever episode, and then we went to number 35 in the wellbeing charts.
I know.
And we thought, oh, maybe we're a bit like, Van Gogh. Where, where when the dead
When
they
once
get
you've
famous.
died, you become really famous. So we
Yeah.
fooled people into thinking that we don't exist anymore, right?
Yeah.
Got further up in the charts, and then boom, it's like the Mandela effect. We're back. Who
Yeah.
knew we were ever leaving? I never said it. Did you say it? I didn't say it.
Don't know who said it. Want us?
Should we talk
But we've
about
done that.
why? Like why we did decide to do that? Oh no.
Do you know why I don't?
No, I think we just fancied a change, didn't we? It was a bit like I think we got to the point where we felt like we'd done and interviewed everybody sober and heard everybody's sober stories and journeys, and they've
Yeah.
been so inspiring. And we've now got 11 seasons of that. And we were like, how many more seasons can you do? Kind of doing the same thing. So we wanted to shake it up a bit.
Which we have
Um,
done. If you last season, season 11, wasn't actually really about sobriety, was it? There was
no,
a
I mean,
lot in there that wasn't just about sobriety, and not everybody we had on was sober. So I think what we thought was, oh, we can't really have a Be Sober podcast and not be interviewing sober people. But then we
yeah,
decided that, yeah, you can.
yeah, we can.
We'll do what we
It's
want,
like
can't we?
we're interested in the other people too.
Yeah, so we can. And we do realise that we might be like dividing out quite a large proportion of people with the word sober, but that's just
Yeah.
their tough shit, isn't it?
Yeah, you know what? Like we went through this when we did that thing for the BBC. Do you remember? And they told me
Yeah,
I couldn't say sober. I was like, we can't be sober.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
within, he said, right, just try not to say sober too much because it kind of puts people off. So they asked me a question. I went, well,
And literally, she said sober more times than she's ever said it in any conversation in a first sentence.
fuck you, BBC.
Oh, and there's our brand new episode of podcast, season 12, episode 1, cancelled.
Stand by it. I'm sorry. Stand by it.
So basically, if you are not interested in being sober and you're not here listening, well, that's fine. You won't hear what we've just said anyway, so we don't care. Don't you
It
think?
was us. It was us. We were going through a crisis. We didn't know what we wanted to do. We was like, yeah,
Shall we break up? Shall we not break up?
yeah. But we
Do we
love
still
each
love
other
each
too
other? No,
much.
we were never going to go anywhere. It was literally going to be a rebrand. And we did all the artwork and everything. We got it all we got it all launched. And then
Did
last
we?
week, yeah, well, we did because we ended up having
Yeah,
to
you had to
resize.
resize.
So we got it all there, sorted, ready to go. And we did our first episode, which is actually our second episode that you're going to hear, not this one.
Yeah.
And then last week we were sat there and we was kind of redoing some bits and pieces to do with the app and the membership and getting it all aligned how we wanted it. And all of a sudden, this big weight lifted off our shoulders, and we both went, yeah, the Be Sober podcast needs to stay, doesn't it? Yep, it does. So here we are. Anyway, that was a
Yeah.
rather long-winded way of saying episode 1 of season 12 is here.
And we're really happy to be here. And I
We are
hope
really
you're happy
happy.
to have us back.
And we've done a lot. We've done a lot since we last left. So we finally got to meet Anna Humphreys.
Oh, right. This is well weird. Look what is right. Look what is literally in my hand.
Oh, oh, oh.
It's a sticker from Anna Humphreys, the mountain girl,
Yeah.
her website, and it's from a van. It says you are positively awesome, and it's literally in my hand.
Must have known we were going to do it.
Wow.
Anna, and for anyone who has downloaded our app, you will have seen her on the podcast episode because obviously the videos
Wow.
were up there. She is even more
She was on
incredible
our
in real
final
life.
episode.
Yeah, she's on our final episode that wasn't the final episode. But basically, she is even more incredible in real life than she was on that episode. And at the Be Wild event, which is where we met her, Be Wild South, she zoomed in on the first night for her talk because she wasn't able to be there. She did a Zoom, and the video she did, we're actually trying to access it, and we'll put it on the app
Oh
for
yeah,
those
we're going to put
people.
it up on the
We need
app,
to we
aren't
need
we?
to message Fiona about that actually. But we'll get access to this video and put it up there because oh my God, it was amazing. The whole story. And then she managed to come in real life the next day.
Oh, it was so magical. She came the next day and everybody, they were so blown away by the story. She'd sent a team of people to do quite a few of the events
And
through Be
what a
Wild,
team, Lisa. What a
which,
team.
oh, they were amazing. They were absolutely incredible. She was incredible. Everybody loved her. She was just as inspired. If you've not listened to our finale episode, please go back and listen to it because it is so honestly, it was one of my favorite ones. I just absolutely love it. I've even ordered one of her hats as well from the website because we're all going to do Scarfell Pike, aren't we?
Yeah. Yeah. So
Um,
that's what came from it, isn't it? We decided, but it's not just me and Lisa, of course. Half of Be Sober's coming as well.
Well, this is because one of our incredible members at Be Wild, it was so funny on the first night and Anna's talk. Well, it was before Anna's talk.
Yeah.
It was after one of Sarah's talks about saying no. And one of our members stood up and she was like, you know what? You're right. I'm going to start saying no like more
I'm
often.
not
And you
doing
know
any
what?
walks.
I don't want to climb a mountain, and that's okay. And what she didn't know is she was sat on a row with the whole of Anna's team
The
from the
mountain
mountain
girl.
girl. Anyway, so it was kind of a bit of a laugh. And on the last day when Anna came, she stood up, the member, and she said, I just want to say, check your website, Anna, because I've booked onto Scarfell Pike. So we were all like, oh my God. So then there's literally another 20 of us that have booked on. So if anybody else fancies it, it's in October. Go
26th
over
of
to the
October.
Mountain Girl website and the details are on there, but it's the Scarfell Pike one. I think it's for all abilities.
Yeah.
I hope it is.
Yeah, I do.
But yeah, so we're all doing that. How good is that?
So while we're talking about the mountain girl and her team, you may recall that I categorically stated there would be no way. Nothing could get me to eat bugs. Nothing. No amount of money, nothing.
What did I say at that time?
That I'd do it. And
Yeah,
I said I absolutely wouldn't. And
yeah. I
yeah,
said you love it.
I won't go that far, but I did
Oh,
do it.
well, Alex, I would.
It was fun. Yeah, mealworms, dung beetles, a water scorpion, which was gross. That tasted like a big greasy beetle, and a tarantula leg.
You
But
did.
I have to say though that some of our members were even more brutal than me. Two of our members in particular
Oh, don't.
gobbled up a tarantula body, like the full thing.
Gobbled
Gobbled it up.
They gobbled up
Honestly,
a trash.
there is no way of describing the way they ate it. They gobbled them up. They like put them in. Did. They did. I actually hope that our ambassador, Anita, is listening because she gobbled it up. She did. She did. She did, honestly. It was like she loved it. Loved it in
Oh.
and she chewed it and she was like, oh, yeah. And it was, yeah, she gobbled it up. She
And
did.
as you can imagine, this is now what we had to hear about for the full weekend after Alex had tried these. We did the laughter yoga, which was
Oh, it was funny.
like, it was so funny. Alex was obsessed because there was a worm. You might as well have ate it. That was
There
before
was a
you did it.
mugworm. In fact, you know what? This was a whole weekend of critters. It wasn't one word. Because we were doing bare feet things
Critters, why are you using such funny words today?
because we were walking around barefoot on the grass, right, and doing all this weird sort of moving and laughing. I think the worms thought that it was a rain dance, and they
Yeah, I
were
think that
all
is probably.
coming up.
But they only came up near you.
Yeah, they did because they know I don't fucking like them.
What you
Trying to get
resist
in
will
my toes.
persist, they say. That's what they say.
You kept shouting that at me, and it really wasn't helpful.
Well, it's all I could hear was this worm, and I'm like, right, Alex, I've seen. It was like taking my toddler. I was like, I've seen the worm. Now let's get on with what we're here to do. But there's a worm, I'm like, right, I've seen the fucking worm.
Dawn, you've just given me shivers. And then, right, so we were over the worms, we were over the eating bugs, and then on the last night, there was this massive thing flew in, right, called a Maybug.
I've never heard of one.
I haven't. And it was like a cockroach, wasn't it? With big wings.
And it was May. Do they only come out in May? Is that why they're called May bugs?
Oh, I don't know about that. I've never seen one. Honestly, it come in, it was massive. And it actually slapped one of our members in the face. It did. It whacked her in the face. She was well mad. Anyway, then it was on the floor and like we got it out. I think, did Craig get it out first time?
I'm not sure, he might have done.
I think he did. And then another one come in and Fiona was squealing down the corridor. There was another one near the toilet. So I thought I'd be brave and go and get it. I did get it in a glass.
I don't think we're selling our September weekend here, Alex.
Yeah, well, it was good fun. It was good fun though. But this thing, right, didn't it have a weird name, like something to do with cocks? Its real name.
What? The Maybug?
Yeah.
Yeah, what was it called?
I'm looking at it on my phone.
It was like cock flump or something.
Oh,
it was.
It wasn't that. Oh, it wasn't. I've put right, Maybug. Right, Maybug, real name, yeah?
Yeah, go on.
I don't know what it says. Hold on a minute. One of our members told us this. The same one that got slapped in the face. So basically, she was slapped in the face by a cockchafer. Oh dear.
This is what happens at Be Wild.
You get cockchafed. Yeah.
Oh, that's disgusting. On a serious note, though, it was one incredible weekend, wasn't it? Like, I've never laughed and cried as much.
Yeah,
it was so good. We had sound healing baths. There was a lady there doing Reiki, which was incredible. We had the alcohol-free bar, which was also incredible. We had ice tubs. We had laughter yoga, the visual journaling,
that was amazing.
It was so good.
Campfire singing and Smurfs.
Campfire singing and Smurfs.
There were no Smurfs.
No, there weren't any Smurfs.
S'mores. There were s'mores.
Anita gobbled them all up.
All the critters. It was campfire and s'mores.
The bravery, I think, like we have a share circle, if you like, or an open mic, and the word share circle and open mic like puts the fear of God into people. We changed it from open mic to share circle because we was hoping that people would feel more tempted to share and to sign up for it. Anyway, the same happened last year and nobody put the name down for ages and ages, did they? And then one person put it down and a couple did. But we was like, you know what, just leave it till the time, and if you want to share, then you absolutely can. And there was some absolute incredible stuff there. There was a comedy act from
Alyssa,
Funny Mummy, Alyssa.
Yeah.
She was brilliant. Singing, karaoke for me. One of my highlights of the weekend was Crystal, our yoga teacher. She got up and did a share. The story was really good, but she wanted to create new memories about one of her favorite songs. So she got people up as like backing dancers. Everybody was up, even if you don't think you're the type of person to get up. There's no way you wouldn't.
It was amazing.
It was emotional, wasn't it? Like watching people recreate these memories. We had a silent disco.
silent disco, and then on the last day we had a big game, which was good, a team game, which was good fun. It was just incredible, honestly. If you've not booked on, I think there's about 5 places left now. That's it.
Yeah,
So
it's
get
so,
yourself booked on.
yeah,
It
for the
was
North one in
amazing.
September. It was brilliant.
Right, that's the end of season 12. See you next year. I've got nothing else to say.
Oh, you know what? We're struggling now because we were going to come back with this huge bang. And then what we've had to do is things have been taking over every single week. So what we've ended up doing is recording a full episode before this episode, which is
Yeah.
going to be like the third episode or something. So
The
we've
intro to
already
the
seen
second
each other.
episode.
Alex, just before this podcast, has told me everything that we need to do afterwards.
Yeah.
So
And I look like bedraggled because I'm exhausted from the day. Because everybody in my house has been ill. Oh, I got a dog.
oh yeah, you did. I was going to say, yeah, no, why?
Yeah, that's another thing that's happened. A puppy Rolo. He's really not.
Oh, you did that reel. It was so cool. It
Did
was
you
so,
like it?
I
The hands
loved it.
in.
I absolutely loved it. They did like a reel where they all put the hands on top of each other and
Yeah.
then Rolo did it. It was so
Put
cute.
both his in. He was well cute. Yeah, he
Yeah, it
jumped
was
in.
good. Abel's face was gorgeous. I loved
Oh
it.
no, I
It
know.
made me dead happy watching that.
He's lovely and he's a lovely
Yeah.
little cutie.
Yeah. What else have we been doing?
We did the carnivore. So episode 2, which you're going to hear after this one, obviously, because 2 comes after 1. Was recorded.
Season 12. Do you think they've got more professional?
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Listen to him. So yeah,
Alex's mic's broke. We've got a shit mic.
just show. So, oh
We should
shit!
know what we're doing by now.
Oh! Press Alt to show or hide your meeting controls. Look, I just nearly broke the computer, but yeah, there we go. It should be here, stopping the sound, but it's not. So that's broken. But yeah, we're loads more professional. I mean, look at me. I look glamorous, don't I?
Yeah, you look gorgeous. You always do.
Thanks, Lisa.
You're welcome.
So yeah, we do talk about this obviously on the episode itself, but both of us tried the carnivore diet,
Yeah.
which was
Surely we've done more interesting stuff than this
I
because
don't
we've
know.
we do.
Is it? We went to see Sister Act.
Yes, we did go to see Sister Act. We went to London,
Yeah, and it pissed it down.
pissed it down the whole time.
It was really bad actually, the weather, wasn't it there?
It was so bad.
Yeah, that's a weather conversation.
Now you know we're struggling.
Back on the weather.
The weather. Oh, it's not like it was last year.
Yeah, things just start panning out that way. You've been on holiday as well.
Have I?
I'm sure you have. Have you not been? Did you not go away before? Maybe
No.
I've made that bit up. I make up your holiday, pretend.
Oh, it was great. It was
Have a nice
so
time.
good.
Yeah.
No, I went to Iceland, but I think we were podcasting back then. That was the last time. My mum tried saying, because they're all going on holiday. Beth's been away, my mum's been away, and I was like, I'm so jealous you're all going away. And she was like, you was away, you went to Iceland. Said it was -10. You're not allowed to count that as an holiday.
Well, I'll tell you what you did do since then
What?
is you saw the Northern Lights in this country.
Yes, I did. So this might kind of turn half the people listening off now, because apparently, if you didn't see
Including
them,
me.
you don't run away from people that did see them. But yeah, they were better than in Iceland, actually.
Were they really? Were they like better colours and stuff?
Yeah, it was. They were well better, like loads. It was good.
They're coming back, aren't they, though, soon, didn't you say?
Well, I don't know, are they?
Well, I don't know, are they? And then Lisa's youngest has been to Thailand.
Yes, she has.
Yeah.
So my youngest from early episodes, if anybody listens to them, can you believe it? But yeah, she's just got back from Thailand. She had an incredible time. I'm so proud of her. So proud of her. She's just doing really, really well. And my son's now in Australia. So he's searching for himself over there.
Has he found himself yet?
No, not yet. It will do. It will do. The time will come. I went to the zoo the other week with Isabella, my granddaughter, and
She's
Rob. That was
gorgeous.
so oh, she's so funny. I love it. I absolutely loved it.
And then 6 weeks, 7 weeks, I've been without an organ. Can you believe it? My organ's been being
Can't
repaired.
believe it.
It's been awful. Nobody has any idea, right? If there's anyone who plays piano listening, and as somebody said to you, go and play the organ, you'd be well unimpressed. I tell you, I have had to play the piano for 7 weeks.
Oh, how awful.
It's been really hard. I've had to spend hours practicing stuff because I can't.
Is it completely different?
Right, the notes are in the same places. That's about as far as the similarities
Oh
go.
my God. I do music now.
You do. You
I
do.
do. I've qualified as a sound healing practitioner. So I play balls.
Yeah, so we're gonna well, people on the app are gonna be able to hear you at some point, aren't they?
Yeah, I am. Yeah,
Maybe.
maybe. Well, when you come over and help me sort my mic out.
I am gonna come over and help you sort your mic out as well. In fact, I was gonna do it last week, wasn't I? And then for whatever reason I didn't.
Yeah. No,
But
I have. I've started sound healing, and I love it. I've got the most beautiful quartz crystal sound balls, and I've started up my own business.
yeah, a
Just
lot has
because,
happened actually.
you know what, I haven't. It's not a full business. What I've done is I've
It's a
some
side
carved.
business though, isn't it?
Yeah, I've carved some time into my day to I've gone back to Reiki and sound healing, and I absolutely love it. So I'm doing a couple of sessions throughout the week, and I've started doing, you know what, I'm so chuffed about this, Alex. I put it on, like local villages have like discuss sites. So I decided the other day, I was like, you know what? Everybody should experience this. Like, they just should. I want everyone to try Reiki and sound healing because it's so
Even George has
beneficial.
had some Reiki, hasn't he?
Yeah, George has had some. Did you
Saw
see
him
him
with his face
with his
mask
little
on, his
eye
eye
mask
mask.
on? Yeah, George loves it. He loves it. But yeah, so I decided to do a gift day on Friday and offer a session to anybody that wouldn't ordinarily book something for self-care or perhaps couldn't afford to book a session. So I offered it out, and I got quite a few like messages about it. Anyway, there's a lady coming, and I'd got a message. A daughter had nominated her for she's really busy, does loads and loads for the family, and the grandma, her mum's really poorly at the moment. So she said, I'd really like to nominate my mum. And I'm like, you know what? This is the shit I'm talking about. I am so excited to be able to offer it and to do things like that. I feel really grateful and lucky that I can do things like that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I've
It is
got the
important though when you
afternoon.
can. That's what real giving back is, isn't it?
Oh, I love it as well. Is it selfish when you love it so much, do you think? Like,
Well, no, because you're loving the fact that someone loves it.
yeah.
You're not
Because I
loving it for
feel
your own
like,
self gratification, are you? I mean, you get
well, I don't
gratification
know,
out of
because
it.
you do get gratification from it, don't you? So is that, so I feel
Yeah, but
like, oh
why do
my
you get
God, I love
gratification
this.
out of it?
It just makes me feel really good
But why does it?
because they feel really good. And
Well,
I've
there
been
you go.
able
It's
to
not selfish
like,
then.
yeah,
You feel good that they feel good. So that's not you
yeah.
feeling good, but it
I
is.
love it. I'd do it all the time if I could.
Well, you do. You're starting to.
Well, I know Rob said I'm not allowed to get carried away. I went, shall I do it every Friday? You went, Lisa.
It is quite a funny thing, because you do have a tendency to do these things, don't you?
Yeah, and then I get fed up. I don't
I
want
was
to do
going to
it
say, he
anymore.
just needs to chill out. I've known you for years. You'll be bored of it soon.
No, I do. I really like
I
it. I'm
do
getting
think
a
you look
lot from it.
this. But I think we forget sometimes, like we forget because we always talk about my music because of the organ. But you at school were really musical. You were.
Well, yeah, it's mixed with a bit of trauma, my music career.
I just shouldn't be laughing at that. What do you mean?
Well, right. So it started badly, my music career. It started at primary school, right? If we're going to get it out, let's get it out. Right. And we did a music test to see if you could play an instrument in the hall. I can still feel it now. Really weird because Rob remembers the same test. It traumatized him as well. And basically, after this test, you got handed an instrument. And if you were crap, you didn't. And we didn't, right? So So, but we never knew why. We didn't understand what the test was. It were awful. So then I wanted to be in the choir, but I couldn't get into the choir. So the choir teacher left, and then they asked for everybody in the choir to go to the hall. So I snuck in the choir, right, at primary school, because I really, really wanted to be in it for the new teacher.
So funny.
So then I always felt like a bit of an imposter that I was in there.
Yeah, but you were a literal imposter.
Well, they should have let me in. I was.
You don't live here. Yeah, well, you should have let me in. That is funny. That is really good.
So then when it came to high school, we went to quite a musical high school, didn't we? It was very revolved around like the brass band. So, which to us seems so normal, but when you talk to other people, they didn't have that.
No, every time you say that you were in a brass band, they all go, this one time at band camp, and it just wasn't like that.
Well, was it not? So when we started band, right, my first instrument of choice was actually a trombone. So, which is really weird because I played the trombone next to Rob. He also played the trombone.
Is that right? I didn't know that, you see.
Yeah, so that's really crazy. Then I got bored of that, so I went to play the horn because I felt And then I got bored of that, so I went to play the cornet, and then
I
was quite good at the cornet, but I wasn't good enough. Do you know what I mean? There were people better. I played second cornet. Didn't want to play second cornet. I wanted to be first cornet.
You wanted to be the soloist in the solo cornets, didn't you?
Yes. So what happened then is we had a band job at the Royal Albert Hall. And I did a duet in the Royal Albert Hall.
Oh, you've just confessed.
And I've spent my whole life telling people it was a solo. I literally lied.
It was a solo, but two of you were doing a solo.
Yeah, we were both doing it at the same time.
But you weren't playing the same part as the other person, were you?
But yeah, it was two of us were playing at the same time.
But was it the same notes, or did you have like the second part and they had the first part, as in you had different parts?
No, I'm pretty sure we had the same. As you could see from our choir at Be Wild, I am not very good at playing different parts.
Well,
so yeah, it was a duet. So and then my cornet got took off me, Alex, because I got drunk at a party and somebody smashed my cornet up, and then they banned me from the band.
So yeah, there is a lot of trauma wrapped up in your musical
and
career.
once I left it on a bus. I left my cornet on a bus.
Do you know what? I was always leaving mine on the bus. Always. It always ended up in freaking Oldham, didn't it?
Did I tell you what that bus driver said? I left it in Terry thought it was so. He used to laugh about it all the time in pub. He used to say, tell him what that bus driver said. Anyway, I stopped and I waited for the bus to come round because it had gone up to your estate and come back down. So I waited and I said, have you found a cornet on here? And he looked at me, the bus driver, and he went, I think it had melted by now. And I went, oh, right. And then it went till I got off. I realised, I was like, oh, he thinks I'd said an ice cream.
Oh, that's funny. So did you not check on the bus?
I got it back eventually. I think it went to the Lost and thing.
In Oldham. That's where
probably
all my instruments ended up in Oldham. My mum used to say, I am sick of going to bloody Oldham for your violin, your flute, and your cornet. Because I couldn't play one, could I? No.
Oh, no.
Every night.
I bet you could play them at the same time, you.
One-man band. No, I was actually literally. I wasn't very good at violin. I was okay at flute, and I was all right. I was pretty good I was a rep on cornet.
A rep,
yeah. You know, like they had solo cornets, reps, seconds, and thirds.
Ah, right.
I was the rep part.
Is.
I don't know. We had some weird part. Some bits were solo, some bits were second, and some bits were our own. Repiano, apparently.
Oh, nice.
Sat next to the soprano cornet, you know, the really high one. But she was dead quiet at school, and she didn't blow it hard enough, and you couldn't even hear her anyway.
Well, yeah, so that what are we talking about?
That's the end of that conversation. Oh, anyway, it is good to be back. I don't think we've got loads to sort of tell you, apart from we've got one heck of a season ahead because we are, even though we are the Be Sober podcast, this whole season is not going to be about sobriety again. We're just going to keep bringing on guests that actually interest us. Oh, no. The sober ones don't. That sounded
It's
so
sober
wrong.
boring. I don't know. It isn't.
But that sounded so wrong. What I meant was, right, hold on.
Basically, we've had 11 seasons
11
of shit
seasons of
guests. That's
boring
what
shit.
she's
No,
saying. No, we
no.
have not. We've had some incredible guests.
What I actually mean there, just to put this, I did this the other week. I need to tell you something. Oh, in fact, I've got a story to tell you, but I'm going to tell you. So this is like when I did this other thing where what I'm saying is, so we're doing a season with people who actually interest us. Nothing to do with the other people.
No, I don't even think you can say it at all in any way.
Right, but yeah, you can, because I'm going to show you another way of doing this, right? On my birthday this year, I had my lovely family round and a certain member, I'm not going to name them because they'll listen to this episode, they'll know who they are. So if you're listening, yeah, this is about you. Right. Said, we were talking about how they used to call my sister overweight. And she was a little bit overweight. And then they said, but you don't need to worry about that now, do you? To my sister, because you're not the overweight family anymore. She is. Me, right? So I said, I'm not fat, but I didn't mean everyone else was. I just meant, I'm not fat. But because I said it like that, I'm not fat, that tone makes it sound like, but everyone else is. If I'd have gone, I'm not fat, that's different. You don't then think everyone else is. So it's
No,
about how
I don't know.
You can.
I think it's the words.
If you go, I'm not fat.
No, I think it's the words like saying,
I'm not fat.
Do you know what I think it is in the sentence?
I'm not fat.
Of like people that interest us.
Yeah.
Is that you put
actually.
Yeah.
But I just meant.
So I don't think however you say it would be all right.
That's a bit different. But what I just meant there was that right now
you just wanted to get your fat story in, didn't you?
Well, no, because I didn't think about it till right then. But lots of people interested.
Well, we're getting some trauma off our chest. It's fine. Go on.
Not just sober people. I'm interested by lots of people, not just sober people. That's what I should have said. Get digging. Dig, 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 dig. No, but you know what I mean? Anyway, so if you're still here and half our audience haven't fucked off,
you've not been really insulted.
It'd be all right. They'll get over it. I genuinely don't mean it like that. We've had 11 seasons. Everybody's interested us, but we're not only doing sober people now. Actually, you know what? That's not true. Not everyone has interested me. I have found some people boring.
We were saying this though on a future episode that we've got the human design one we do pay that's coming up.
Yeah.
I think what's really interesting, and we talk about that a little bit about conversations and how hard it is, or how easy some people find it. But actually, I found that in podcasts, like some people have found it so easy, the conversations just flow in and it's really easy. And then other times when you're talking to people, I'm like scrambling around, like I don't know what to say, I don't know what to say.
I think everyone experiences it with different people though. I don't think that's like anything to do with the person. It's just sometimes they don't grab your interest.
But
wait, you need to own this, right? Sometimes it's what they're saying doesn't grab your interest.
No, it's true. It's true.
It's harsh, but it's true. I know there's people listen to our podcast and just think, oh, I don't really like that one. Like, as in,
there'll be certain episodes that bore you and you turn off. Well, we get it. We were bored too. And if you were bored, we were bored.
And there's also certain people, do you know, like there'll be certain people who listen to the podcast more because you're on it and maybe find me irritating or whatever.
And vice versa.
Maybe.
Well, I can't see that, but
but it can happen, Actually, if I reckon if you found any one of us irritating, you wouldn't be able to listen to the podcast full stop.
No, because we both talk. Do you remember when somebody said that you talk too much on our podcast?
On a review? Fuck off then, don't listen to it.
My podcast.
That's what I said, innit? I think you'll find it's my podcast, and if I want to speak on it, I will. I think I actually wrote that on there. It was on a YouTube review. It was. I really enjoy the podcast, but Alex talks too much. Well, don't listen then. Go and listen to a silent podcast, you dick.
I love it. That's so funny. I find it though, like, and it does go down to not drinking actually, but I used to have to drink to talk to people, like, and now I find that if I were to walk into a pub and I didn't have conversation, like I didn't have conversation inside me to say to people, it's because I've got no like mutual interest or conversation.
Because you're boring, mate.
Yeah. Whereas now I do find that when we have like the Be Sober meetups and stuff like that, that you get together and you can like you just talk, it just flows. But even then, it's good sometimes to have like table mix arounds.
Yeah.
Like if you've got a starter and then move for your mate, it confuse the waiters, like, but you can move around for each one because you do need a good mix. And when you're on like a long table, you can get stuck with people that you might not be able to strike a conversation.
Hold on. No.
Do you know what I mean, though?
Between us, we've now insulted our podcast guests, our podcast listeners, and the people at our brunches. Maybe we're not over needing to look at our identities.
No, maybe we need to redo that.
Yeah, we will. But in the meantime,
no, but do you know what I mean? It does happen, doesn't it? Like,
yeah, it does. Yeah, it does.
It does. Like some
it
people
happens
just
in
talk
life generally. It happens in
and
life.
we have different people that we talk to. Like you'll come and tell me, and you'll be like, "Oh my god, you've got to meet this person. They're so funny." And then I'm like,
"Yeah, they're
no,
not."
they're not.
Yeah. But that's why it works. That we've had this before. The guests work because usually we select somebody who
one of us at least likes them and is interested in what they've got to say.
Yeah, absolutely. So always
most
on every
of the time, both of us.
It is most of the time. It's only rare. I mean, I was talking about this and I've said it before. I once had a PT client and I genuinely thought she didn't like me. I genuinely just thought she can't possibly like me because I struggled so much to generate conversation with her. And I thought there's no way that she'll book me again. But she did like 4 more times. I was with her for months and months and months. I'm not going to say whether I am or not now, just in case.
Oh.
But honestly, like, and I just genuinely thought
I'm going to take it that you're not. I think it took her all them times to build up the courage to stop booking you.
It might have done, but then again, maybe she's still with me, and maybe that's why I'm not saying it because I know that she listens to this podcast.
No, stop it! It's making me feel so uncomfortable inside.
Nobody will know. I'm being very cryptic today, but yeah, but genuinely, it's like having those conversations. Sometimes some people are just quiet, aren't they?
Yeah, I love quiet people. No, I do.
When we come back from our Be Wild trips, right, Lisa absolutely dreads the journey with me. I know she does. She's just such a good friend that she doesn't say it.
I'll tell you what, you were hard work going, actually. You were more hard work going. You were good coming back with. It was good because we got everything out in like it was a long journey on it. But you were really good travel buddy. In fact, I really enjoy our journeys back.
I do actually. I do.
It's just that when I get home, then I do not want to talk to anybody. I do need to decompress for a long time.
Our journey there was quite difficult, though. We just didn't find the flow with music or anything, did we?
Oh, we couldn't find the right music, could we? We were there for... How long did it take us?
Oh, about 9 hours. I'm not even exaggerating. It was about 9 hours.
It was long, that, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And then, so we went down to Lucy.
So Lucy, for anyone who's not heard before, Lucy is Lisa's motorhome. All right. She's old and she's temperamental, but she's blooming good, isn't she?
Oh, she's so good. She's so, so good. But she had a little bit of a tendency to be, there's a tiny little
She was
leak in the
going through
water.
midlife and she had a bit of overheating issues.
She's like going with the flow. She overheated a little bit. So we had to keep stopping, didn't we?
So basically, Fiona messaged, and we had planned to be there at 3 p.m. to help
Yeah.
with the setting up. We actually rocked up at like 6:20 or something
Yeah, we
ridiculous.
did.
We were one of the last people there. So we had to message Fiona and let her know that we were running late. And I just wrote something like, "Sorry, we're running late because of Lucy. We have to keep stopping and giving her a break." I thought Fiona knew who Lucy was.
No, then you'd said on the same message, make sure you save us a space for the van.
Yeah, so I then called the van, and not Lucy, because she might have made the connection. But I said, if you can make sure you can save us a space for the van, and that was that. So when we got there, Fiona was going, "Is everyone all right?"
It was, you know what it was? It was the look as if like we were storing somebody. Like, everybody okay?
And then she said, "Can I have a look inside your van, Lisa?"
Yes.
Because she wanted to have a look round, but we now have a theory that perhaps she was looking for Lucy.
She were looking to see if we'd like snuck anybody in. Oh
Oh, it was
dear.
funny. And when we explained, everything was fine.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm exhausted now, Lisa. I'm all
Yeah.
talked out.
I honestly, I should have one of them social battery things now. I think because we've done a couple of podcasts and like seen each other for ages, it would, but I don't know why I'm pointing at my invisible social battery. But it's now on empty.
That's why you're pointing at it. Wasn't invisible, but it's gone.
Yeah, it's gone. It's
Disappeared.
literally, there's no
Yeah.
social battery left. It's
Yeah.
absolutely gone.
So on
Do you
that
know?
note, go on.
Oh no, wait, I do. I've got a little bit more.
Oh, hold on a minute. There's some in the tank. It's not quite gone. Let's go.
Talking about social batteries. So I went to a wedding at the weekend, and after that, my social battery was absolutely done in. Honestly, I felt so. I went home at like, what time did I go home? Really early. I dropped Rob off because he was going out with his friends, and I thought, oh, I'll go back and like try and get into the party. But I felt like the whole atmosphere had changed by the time I'd got back, and everyone was steaming. So I just
So you
kind
did go
of,
back. I didn't realize you'd actually gone back. I thought
no,
you'd left.
I went back because I was dropping Olivia off as well. And then I kind of went to go to the bar, and I said, you know what, Liv, I'm just gonna go. I'm just gonna go. And I went and then got a Chinese, had a full like dilemma with the Chinese, which was a bit weird. But no, I chose and I went home and I sat there and ate my Chinese with my dress on and my fascinator.
I think you need to tell the Chinese story, because you're assuming people know it. It wasn't a bit of a dilemma. It was really weird.
It was so weird. It was so weird. All right. So I'm bored of it, you see, though. That's
Yeah, but
why.
other people haven't heard it, and you can't just go, "I had a bit of a dilemma with the Chinese on a
I know,
podcast," and they're
I'm
gonna
so
go.
sorry. Right, okay. So I ordered a Chinese on the way home from the wedding by phone. So I literally rang up and said, can I order some food to pick up? And then I ordered the food. Got home, picked up the food, got home, just about to dig in, and there was a knock on my door. So I went to open the door, and this woman jumped out of her skin. She was
Can I
bent
just
down.
explain? She was still dressed in the fascinator and the beautiful dress at this point.
I'm glad you said that because otherwise you'd think I'd really scared them.
Yeah, I reckon that's what that bit was. I
She
think she
took a
was
dress off.
surprised. I think she was just surprised to see you looking so glamorous at
I
that
think,
point.
well, so she jumped out of her skin and she said, have you ordered a Chinese? So I was like, oh, yeah, that's so weird, but I'm just eating it now. So I said, I've ordered it to pick up. So she was like, all right, I've got it. So I said, what address is it to? So she said the address. And I was like, yeah, that's mine. But sometimes my address gets mixed up with one down the road, but it wasn't. She definitely said my address. Anyway, she said, it's fine. I'll go. I'll ring them. It's fine. So I said, all right, bye. Just about to dig into my Chinese again, and my phone rings. And this woman says, Hiya, that house says that they didn't order a Chinese. So I said, I am that house. She went, you what? I said, I'm that house. what do you mean? I said, I've just been talking to you at my door. So she was, I
I
don't know
love
why
how
I
you've
said,
got an
I am
invisible
that
phone
house.
and an invisible social badge now.
Yeah. Yeah. So I said, well, oh, I can't even remember them. So basically, I said I'd not ordered it. She was talking to me. So I said, well, why have you rang me? She went, I don't know. I said, I don't know what's going on. She went, I don't know what's going on. I said, this is too weird. It's literally freaking me out. Like, why have you got? I said, what is the food order? So she started it with one of the items that I had on my order. So I thought, oh, maybe they've just got it mixed up. Anyway, no, completely different order. And then everyone kept saying, has Rob ordered it? So then I'm thinking, has Rob ordered it? Did he? but he's out. He's gone for food with his mates. Like, as what is going on? Has he snuck in? I don't know.
Our theory, though, aren't we? Sort of now.
So yeah, the thing is, what's a bit weird is the Chinese that I've ordered from, we never ever get delivered because they're cash only, dodgy bastards. But
Money laundering right there. Go on.
the cash only, so we never get it delivered because I never have cash in the house in case you're a burglar. I don't have cash in my house.
In fact, don't even have any money.
It's like 2024. Who does that?
Oh dear.
So that's why it's weird. But then the only thing I can think of is if my number comes up with an address, but we don't have house phones anymore, do we?
It's just
We do.
really weird. It's all just really weird. But we do think perhaps at some point, I think at some point you have had a delivery. You must have done.
Yeah, I must have done.
And then when you phone, the number comes up and the address comes up.
But my
And
number's
then
quite a newish number, you know. I only changed it
no,
like a year ago.
it's more than that. It's more than a year ago.
God, time's going so quick. I can't believe it.
Definitely more than a year ago. Oh
I
my
can't
God.
believe it. We're like
It is
proper
though.
women, aren't we?
Yeah.
We're actual women. Like I look at stuff now and I think, oh no, that's too young for me.
I do it with clothes. I do it. I definitely do
Like
it.
I've put this jumper on today, right? I'm going to show the people that are watching the video. Yeah.
It's nice.
I know I said, I know, but I feel like a woman. I said, I feel really womany.
Man, I feel like a woman. That's what it is. That's your song. That's the end. I'm not doing anything else.
Anyway, on that note, I'm gonna let's leave them with this lovely sticker that I got from the Mountain Girl. You are positively awesome.
Back to that because that's what we did at the beginning.
Yeah. So that's my way of saying bye.
Oh, I'm so glad you're so good at saying hello and goodbye. You'll hear about that in a few episodes, right? How Lisa's so good at saying hello and goodbye.
But just not the middle bit. I don't think I've been good at any of this. I don't even think these should be released.
It's going out. It's going out as it is because I'm not recording it again and it's going out on Saturday. And look, if you can, if look at me going out.
Okay, it's going out. See you Saturday. Happy Saturday, guys.
Happy Saturday. Have a lovely day. Bye. They might not be listening on a Saturday. Have a
Happy
good
Monday.
day. Happy
Oh yeah.
day.
It would make more sense to say have a good day than go through every day of the week. Happy Tuesday, happy Wednesday, happy Thursday, happy
Oh,
Friday.
honestly, we're out of practice. We need to get better.
Yeah, we must get better.
Bye.
I think the next two episodes, by the way, are loads better.
Oh, they are.
We know that.
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
They are so good. Go listen to them when they're out.
And watch them. You need to watch them.
I'll put them on YouTube.
Yeah.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. You put it down.
You put it down.
No, you put it down.
Oh, it's still recording.